Okay, so here is some MCQs that are related to the coroutine in Unity. Let's just revise the concept that are related to coroutine before moving on to the next. So what does the yield return null statement do in a coroutine? So is it going to pause the coroutine for one frame, stops the coroutine, runs the coroutine in the background, delays the coroutine for a specified time? Obviously, it's going to pause the coroutine for one frame. It's not gonna stop, run, or delay the coroutine. Okay. Which of the following is a valid return type for a coroutine in Unity? Void, false, numerator, yes, int, bool, they both are false. So numerator is the best answer. Option number B. What's the primary purpose for wait for seconds in a coroutine? Wait for seconds. Okay, so wait for seconds is basically the purpose of wait for seconds. Wait for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds to wait or to pause the coroutine for a specific number of seconds and then resume that again. To wait for a specific condition, obviously there isn't any condition that is supposed to matter true. To skip the next frame immediately, no. To stop the coroutine permanently, no. Option number B is the correct answer. What happens if a coroutine is interrupted by disabling the game object it is attached to? If we just disable the game object, so what's going to happen? There isn't going to be thrown an error. Obviously, the coroutine is going to stop by itself. The coroutine continues to run? No. The coroutine throws an error? No. The coroutine stops running because the game object that was attached to the coroutine and to which the coroutine was attached, it's disabled, so coroutine is also going to stop running. The coroutine restart. Okay, so the option number D is correct. How do you start a coroutine in Unity? So we just write down like the start coroutine. We have done this MCQs multiple times, I guess. So start coroutine, write down the method of the coroutine inside that coroutine and the coroutine inside. The option number B is the correct. Can coroutine be used to execute code on a separate thread? No, obviously false. Coroutine always run on the Unity's main thread where the pause, resume, for multiple, their events and everything happens onto the main thread. So coroutine always runs in Unity main thread. Option number B is the correct answer. Something amazing if you can answer why coroutine cannot run on a separate thread. Okay, moving on to the next one. Why does stop coroutine do in Unity? It's basically stop the coroutine, not all coroutines. The coroutine, for example, that we are going to pass inside the coroutine method, so it's going to stop the specific coroutine passed to it. Option number B. Which Unity class is required to use coroutine in a script? Transform? No. Game object? No. Coroutine manager? No. B. Mono behavior is the correct answer. What does yield return new wait until a specific condition is met to? Stop the coroutine? No, it never stops the coroutine. Waits for a specific number? No, it resumes the coroutine when a certain condition becomes true. It pauses the coroutine and while doing everything, and when the condition is met true, become true, that is mentioned, it resumes the coroutine. So option number C is the correct. How can you pause a coroutine and wait for a specific frame? Option number A is the correct. Yield return null. Can a coroutine start another coroutine in Unity? Yes, we can start another coroutine by calling it inside another coroutine. Option number A. What happens if we call stop all coroutines on a game object? All the coroutines that are running on that specific object, they will be stopped. No other coroutine that are running on another game object, they're not going to be affected by this. Only the coroutines that are running on this game object, they will be stopped. So option number B is the correct. Which of these can be returned from a coroutine in Unity? Wait for seconds, null, wait until, all of the above. Option number D is the correct. What's the purpose of wait for fixed updates? Okay, so wait for fixed update it's gonna wait for the next fixed update cycle. And let's see, to wait for the next update cycle, no, because it's mentioned like fixed update, so there must be something that is related to the fix. Option B seems to be more relevant to it. To pause in C, it says that to pause the coroutine for a fixed amount of time, no. To stop the coroutine, no. So option number B is the correct. To wait for the next fixed update cycle. Can coroutine in Unity accepts parameter? Yes, obviously, like we did in the countdown timer. You can pause the coroutine in this method signature. Yes. So option number B is the correct. Yes, by passing parameters in their method signature. What happens when yield break is called in a coroutine? So when yield break is called wherever break is called, it terminates the coroutine immediately. Okay, it's not gonna pause, it's not gonna skip, and it obviously don't throw an exception. It terminates the coroutine immediately. So C is the correct answer. What type of value does wait for seconds real time used to measure? Okay, so if it's real time, so option number B, real world time. It's not affected by time to time scale. Why it's not affected by time to time scale? Because if you're going to set the time to time scale is equal to 0, it's still gonna count the time because it's not related. It's a real world time. Which of the following Unity component can use coroutine? Any C# class, only class is derived from monobehavior. Yeah, option number B is the correct, because monobehavior is a class where we can that contains the coroutine. What happens if you return new wait for another frame is used in a coroutine? The coroutine will continue immediately. The coroutine wait until the end of the current frame. Option number B is the correct. When should you use a coroutine? When should you use yield return start coroutine inside another coroutine? For example, we have a coroutine and we say that yield return and we're starting another coroutine instead of waiting for some time and meeting at certain conditions. So it says that if you have an next to the yield return, it will start the next coroutine, and until the coroutine will complete, it'll come back to this coroutine. So we need to complete that coroutine before to run this coroutine. To run two coroutines in parallel, no, it will not run the coroutine. It will first run the coroutine that is mentioned inside the coroutine, and then it will come back and then it will execute the leftover code. To wait for the next nested coroutine to complete before continuing, obviously the option number B is correct. To stop the current coroutine, no. To run the nested coroutine, okay. So option number B is the correct. Okay, so there are some MCQs that are related to the coroutine. So I hope that helps you guys, not just related to your interview preparation. It also helps you understand things better in Unity. So if there is anything that comes up to your mind, there is an ambiguity, you're open to ask. And that's all for this. Have a nice day.